Valentine's Day is coming up, so I'm going to go ahead and tell like this little brief story. It's sort of like an anti-love poem story, but let me explain it first. So last year around this time, well, first let me tell you what I do. I'm a poet and I also teach. So being a poet and a teacher, if you're in a relation, I have no money, pretty much. So Valentine's Day is coming up and I got nothing. So the only thing that I could do was write a poem, obviously, because poems, you know, poems and like those like love coupons, that's pretty much all I could, all I'm good for. So last year around this time, I had this poem written, ready to perform. And long story short, she breaks up with me. So, yeah. So on Valentine's Day, because I was already booked, I had to read that poem. So I'm like crying during that entire poem. I'm like, what is wrong with this person? This is like the worst poem I've ever heard ever, right? So I went through that catastrophe. This is not that poem. Because there is a lesson to be learned in dating a poet/teacher. We will get back at you in our poetry. So this is the breakup poem that I wrote. So here we go. The 5 stages of breakup. 1, shock. When I called you perfect, I was not ready for your airplane crash of an announcement the moment your breath smelled like jetliner fuel doubt that had me hanging by the seatbelt of our relationship. That your faith in me hung in the air like oxygen masks on a turbulent flight. That your hijacked conversation had box cutter words too sharp to save real emotions capable of getting into proper crash position. See, I was never in a position to see the wreckage of the black box recording of our last laughs together, so yeah. You were perfect in my life. To me, you were a 10. So it should come to no surprise, your absence hits me more like 9 and 11, too. Anger. I TiVo'd our last conversation because I don't understand the subtitles of your movie, twisting my words. You tore my translations of faith apart like being the last one to know Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny aren't real, and I thought I was good. I thought I was good at making you happy. That my heart pumps 150 beats per minute because it was trying to keep pace with your dreams, but is now a wheezing asthmatic, confused by the echo, left in empty hands. See, not holding your hands looks like fingers, battling addiction. See, you made my spine doubt it can stand on its own, and the back of my neck write ransom notes to the insomnia holding my eyes hostage, and I can't forgive you for that. 3, bargaining. You sold me on a future that's nothing more than a calendar with PTSD. How our conversations resemble deals made with domestic abuse victims, and that I would give you everything in order to handle a victimized heart that's had too many trips to the emergency room and gave too many tight-lipped denials and witness statements and silenced police sirens. See, I tend to drop your criminal charges about as often as I say, I'm all right. And I fight myself, knowing I would take you back in a second because your lovely abuse sutures my broken. See, my scabs are really nothing more than cuts praying for amnesia. 4, depression. I learned about gravity the moment you said, can we talk? That depression feels like waiting with a broken watch and it looks like gray trying to cry in color. See, depression is another word for left behind because you left me behind in restless sleep so that I don't recognize my bedroom anymore, and my reflection reveals the parts of me that I hate the most. 5, acceptance. See, I've already told myself this roller coaster will stop eventually, that the heart is a muscle and muscles get stronger after they've been torn down. I want to tell myself that there are only these 5 steps, but we never ask the question if we are poets who specialize in feeling too much, or we feel too much, so we specialize in poetry. See, maybe all that there are these 4 steps, and I'm stuck in this emotional remix, and spitting this piece will be the second hardest thing I will ever do after you, compared to realizing I'm still stuck on this stage, stuck on stage 1 for the 3rd time, trapped in a painting of Penrose steps. So if you hear this piece again, know it's just me, looking at a flight of stairs, just trying to get to stage 5. Thank you.